Guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. Yo, things are getting crazy. Like, we officially know who Alfan is. Well, I mean, I have a lucky bangle. Yeah, that gives me stuff. So Alfan isn't. Okay, so he's not the Dahna hero that I thought he was. You know, he's literally just Alfan. So, which is fine. We're disbanded from the team. There's no one around us. So, this is going to be interesting. I'm really interested as to see where this is going to be going. But real fast, I am also live streaming this. For some reason, the live stream manual recording resolution. No, that's recording. Yeah, the live stream looks weird for some reason. But I don't know. Yeah. So it's not Shion. It's another girl. So this is gonna be interesting. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm loving it. Let's go. We feel pain now.
Niori. Shion.
No, that's.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Here I come.
Whoa.
You're mine. How about this? Crush. I'm not done. Be still. Void flash. Mirage. Here I come. Here I come. Strike. Blow away. Mirage. You're finished. Blow away. Devastation. Mirage. Be still. Mirage. Lightning thrust. Mirage. Be still. Devastation. Mirage. Raining slash. It's on. Sword rain out. Eat dirt.
Jesus, it's so different now without us having our sword.
Alvin?
Finwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell. Where are we?
Ganath Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck.
Is he the last lord?
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Alfan is not his usual self, so this is getting interesting actually.
You sense one
Oh
of your
yeah, let
pals,
me put. How do I Wait, can Huro sense the pals even as Alphan? Hold on, let me see. Cause I never noticed that. I never noticed that if Huro can, but we'll see.
Hi, Hoodle.
Here I come!
Not in your dreams.
It's over! Try harder!
Push it hard.
Be
Hard to
still!
level it. Give it time. Just back it out again.
Can't get out of
Here I
bed!
come! Here I come! No escape!
Does it
Be
hurt?
still!
I'll grind you to
Let
dust!
me condemn.
Here I come! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant!
Nice.
Not a chance!
Where's the other one?
Blah, blah, blah.
You're mine!
Crossblade.
I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
Rage
You're mine! I'm ready!
Magic
Blow
is
away!
Stalagmite!
This is gonna be interesting because he doesn't.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Oh, look, so Huro could still sense.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if he's gonna tell them the whole story.
I wonder if it's going to be okay.
He'll be
For
alright.
now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
No, I see the owl. Just how do I... Oh, I was like, how do I get to the owl? What? Oh.
Looks like we've spotted one of Hoodle's friends.
Can't Alphan jump? Wait, can Renwell jump? Hold on. Can't Renwell jump, guys? I'm all types of confused. It's like I'm playing the game for the first time. But okay, let's see what this town's all about. Unless there's more Zoogles. Nope, here's a town.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Another one?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So is it gonna be like a, yep, it's a black screen and he's gonna tell them everything? But how long ago was that though?
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dahna. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the blazing sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Probably a sister or something.
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
300 years ago.
Predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dahna. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
Yep.
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me.
Damn. I mean, I figured this out, but...
So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
She's right.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. But wait, can I fast travel out this village, or what's going on here?
Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's
So
fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys what I've said in a couple episodes before this, like way before this. Okay, your party disbanded. Okay, cool.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Okay, so like way episodes before, I said that, you know, Alphen is a Dahnan from the past. Like, I already knew this from the jump, because why does he have a mask on? You know, and they were talking about like a Dahnan hero from the past that wore the same armor that Alphen has on, and it quote unquote fit Alphen perfectly, you know, without any adjustments. So the hero of the past has to be Alphen. Ooh, fast travel point. Can I? Oh man, I can't. Okay, I'm pretty sure when I go outside, it's gonna be a cutscene. So let me just kind of just talk about this real fast. You know, so well, let's just go outside and talk about it. So yeah, I was saying, you know, like he was created. I even said he was created, or you know, someone put this mask on his face to hide his true identity, just so that he could rescue Dahna from the Renans. You know, I even said that. I mean, this, I didn't know that he was made to be sovereign. That's different. But, you know, I kind of knew like there was something up with him, you know. I just knew. So wait, we were in the inn? Okay. Okay, we can jump. It's circle. Okay. Yeah, like I knew there was something up with him. Now, I did say he was from the past. And because he also quote unquote knew Shion in the flashbacks, looked like it was Shion. I was like, okay, cool. But then the way that Shion was acting towards him, even with half of his face, you know, open, and the fact that, you know, he and she saw his face and she didn't recognize him. I'm like, okay, I'm guessing Shion is not the woman that he keeps seeing in the flashback. And here we go. We just learned the truth right now. So it's pretty interesting because this story took like a interesting turn. Not where I thought it was gonna take. I mean, it's cool that he was made to be sovereign like a long time ago, but I wonder why. See, for some reason, Huro did not come out. Oh no, because the party is disbanded. Okay. So he was made to be sovereign, you know what I'm saying?
Accomplish going alone.
Relax. Let's just talk to Law since he's right here. I guess we gotta talk to everybody.
Are we gonna go rescue Shion or what?
Yeah.
What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too?
I doubt it.
Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's
Yeah,
still so
300
much
years
that
ago, Shion.
There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
So, whoa. Oh, I was like, the screen just turned all black. So, was it the mask that kept him alive for so long? Or was it because he didn't feel pain, he couldn't age as well? Or was it his sovereign powers that kept him alive? Interesting, interesting. Like, I'm really curious to know. Okay, there's nothing in the water. I'm looking. Oh, there is something in the water. What is this? I guess we'll talk to Kisara last, or probably let's talk to. Yeah, I guess we'll talk to Kisara last.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are, in one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah. I know how that feels. No home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right?
What?
I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like
I knew.
I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alright, I guess we will talk to Dohalim.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan Sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the Sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen,
True.
I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger
You know,
fish to fry than that. By
I
comparison,
think I have an
the
idea.
far more important
Hold
question
on.
at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Excuse
Thanks
me.
for lending me an ear.
I want to say
I'm sorry
something
for being
probably
a
next
bother.
episode.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
I feel like when they invaded Renan, Dahna, you know, they abducted people, right? They were making him into a sovereign, probably to bring peace between the two realms, you know, Dahna and Rena. And I feel like something went wrong, you know. That's why he was gonna, like, you know, yin and yang. He was gonna marry I already forgot Shion's ancestor, and then something went wrong. And then I guess the crown contest is a way of just saying, okay, forget the whole test subject thing. Let's just invade, and us Renans will hold the contest ourselves to see who harvests the most souls or blah blah blah, and you know who will be the sovereign after a couple months or years. But the crown contest has been going on for 300 years though, right? And then whatever happened to Alphen happened before the crown contest, like before the whole, you know, lords in certain realms and stuff. So I'm curious to know the whole story, but I feel like that's what it is. The Renans wanted a Renan Sovereign just so that, you know, to bring peace between the two realms. Maybe. I'm not too sure. All right, let's go ahead and let's end off the episode right here, and then when we come back, we'll go ahead and talk to my baby right here. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.